Thank you for finding this video. It's been a while, hasn't it? How's it doing? Today's video might be a bit more serious than usual. Just a little hands up. I put a lot of heart into this one. It's something I made for myself and for anyone who's feeling a little lost or anxious about the future. It turned into kinda long video with 10 chapters in total, but if any part of it speaks to you, I hope you will stick around. So, okay. To be honest, I'm currently not working. I wasn't fired or something. I left my job back in January, and a lot happened since then. And through it all, I learned, or maybe remembered, something really important. Life's kinda like that, isn't it? Full of all sorts of moments like those Monday blues or the little joy of planning a trip. There are quiet, ordinary moments that feel strangely beautiful, and there are moments when we got caught up in neglect. We go through so many emotions because we go through so many things. So let me ask you, out of the blue, right now, are you feeling good, content, living stress-free? Or maybe does it feel like something always chasing you? Do you ever get this big anxiety when you think about the future? Or feel like you are running out of time? I did, a lot. I was overwhelmed with it. Anxiety. But it's okay, seriously. There's no one out there who doesn't struggle with something, so really, you're not alone. But why do we feel anxious and pressed for time? The answer is simple. It's because our time is limited. We are living alongside time. Something we can't stop, not even for a second. Even right now, as you listen to this, time keeps on flowing. As long as we arrive, time is always right there with us. And that's exactly why I believe the time we share with family, with friends, that's one of the most precious things in life. That's why time feels so valuable. We all know that one day, life will come to an end. We just don't know when, but still, that doesn't change the fact that it's coming. And no one, no matter who they are, can fight against the flow of time. So, where are we actually heading in this limited time we have? Where are our lives heading? When I was in elementary school, I used to wonder about strange things. What am I me? What am I even alive? What am I doing? I often ask myself, what's the point of all this? Have you ever felt like that too? As I kept wondering little by little, I started to believe bigly that someday I'd achieve something, that I could become someone. I thought the purpose of life was to accomplish something, so I kept searching for something valuable. Even so, deep down, I didn't really know what I was looking for. I just wanted to be someone. I felt like I had to do something big in the future. And if I didn't have any special skills or talents, I felt embarrassed, like I wasn't enough. And then time passed, I got a job, and about 4 or 5 years ago, but still, I kept chasing that vague idea of someone I should become. First of all, I think I'm the kind of person who gets easily nervous, and I tend to overthink everything. So when I was working, I really didn't want to miss up. I didn't want to fall behind either. I was just desperately trying to keep up. I really believe that always pushing forward without stopping was the right thing to do. That is what's cool. And maybe that mindset helped me keep going. But at the same time, it was wearing me down. When I put in the effort, people noticed. They said kind things. I wasn't doing it just to be praised, but being useful to someone that made me feel it was worth it. Yeah. Back then, thought I was kinda perfectionist. I always wanted my work to be flawless. And I wasn't good at learning on others, so I tried to do everything on my own. Now, when I look back, I realize something. There are no such things as perfect. And trying to do everything alone, it's not just hard, it's impossible. I put so much pressure on myself, and the day was stressful. I even work in my dreams. Due to all the stress, my physical condition started to worsen. Anyway, my desire for perfection, even the smallest mistake, could drag me all the way down. And it took a long time to bounce back without realizing. And then one day I started to think, I can't go on like this. I can't stay stuck here forever. And I made a decision. Even since high school, I'd always dreamed of studying abroad. So I finally decided to quit my job and go for it. That moment became a turning point in my life. Before I quit my job, I thought I'd finally be free. And yeah, after I quit, the stress from work was definitely gone. But before I knew it, a strange emptiness started to creep in. And with it comes is vague, quiet anxiety about the future. There was a lot going on during that time, and I thought, oh no, the anxious days had come back. It felt even heavier than when I had a job. Now that I'm unemployed, I have nothing to distract me. Even when I tried to distract myself, I just couldn't focus. Maybe it's just a cry for the moon. Time just kept slipping by. Everyone around me was working hard, moving forward. I kept asking myself, what am I doing? My mind wouldn't stop racing. At night, I couldn't sleep. In the morning, I felt sick. I couldn't even focus on preparing for studying abroad anymore. I started to wonder, was this really the right choice? I was completely overwhelmed by my own weakness and helplessness. It felt like I was sinking into a black and empty void. That time made me realize just how difficult life can be. Sorry. At the time, I was panicked by how quickly time was passing, but I realized I couldn't move forward unless I changed my perspective. I think I finally started to understand what people mean when they say time health. In a way, I was saved by time itself, because having time allowed me to pause and gently look up on everything. Maybe I was just being too serious. Back then, I didn't really understand what I felt so anxious or how to deal with it. But I started talking with my family more than ever, and I began to feel the gentle passing of time for the first time in whole. I read so many books. I let myself get lost in music. I'm deeply grateful for everything that helped me during that time. My hometown, books, music, and above all, love. The time became a precious and irreplaceable part of my life. I was able to rediscover what truly matters, and finally, I opened a new door. And then I realized I don't have to become someone special. That realization took a huge weight on my shoulders. It felt like my whole body became lighter. I had been looking at things the wrong way. The truth is, we don't need to become someone. You are already enough, just as you are. There's no one else you need to be. There's no one else you need to be. This is just my opinion, but I don't think we are born to achieve something big. Of course, having goals and chasing them, that's a beautiful thing, but you don't have to prove anything. We were born not to become someone else, but simply just exist to grow. And remember, there is no such thing as a perfect person. It's our imperfections that make us beautiful. All the new days I'd been searching for were already here, in this moment. Each every new discoveries developing on how we choose to see it. If life feels boring, maybe you just need to take a closer look around. There's so much to notice, so much to appreciate. Even something simple like taking a different route or showering at a different time can feel completely new. You might discover a whole new view. To me, life is all about the process, not just the result. It's like reading, walking, doing a puzzle or going a trip. Isn't it the process that gives everything its meaning? That's where we grow. That's where the joy is. Even if we make mistakes, we keep moving through trial and error, and through that we grow. And don't forget that beautiful, higher version of you already lives inside you. Take your time and gently remember that. And most of all, remember, we are alive, right here, right now. And that alone is more than enough. I bowed to my past self and took a step forward. It's getting a bit long, so I read it up here for now. Next time I'd like to talk about why we struggle to feel at ease. Thanks for sharing your time with me. See you again soon. Bye.